What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run It Up Podcast. I'm your host, Najee Adams, and you know I got my guy with me today, Jalal Sandy. How you doing, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm good. All right. I'm chilling, bro. Super Bowl weekend. Gonna figure out my plans. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm probably going to my cousin's house, to be honest.
Nice.
Or he
Shout out
coming
Nick.
here.
Isn't he? He's a Pats fan, right? I did not
He's a
know he was
Pats
a
fan.
Pats fan.
I
was like, what the
I'm
fuck?
not gonna lie. I don't want to be around him on Sunday because he gets a little wild. But I mean, it's hilarious at the same time. Plus, if I'm at his house, I don't gotta deal with a noise complaint. So
Yeah,
he can do whatever the fuck he want to do at his crib. So I might just go to his house.
I was watching his story, and he posted.
He showed me that like Pats fans are so spoiled. He's acting as if this is like the Viking, like he's a Vikings fan, and the Vikings haven't won a Super Bowl ever. And like, bro, like you
they become the underdog one time, and now it's the end of the world.
One time.
Come on, bro.
Jesus Christ. And to make shit worse, he's also a Red Sox fan. My nigga, you've seen like 10 championships. Please stop. Cut this out. This is disgusting.
Yeah, bro. I was watching his story, and I didn't know he was a Pats fan. I didn't know I followed so many Pats fans. And then once they made the Super Bowl, I go through people's stories. They're like, "We're back, we're back." I'm like, "Oh, we finna dirt y'all, boy! I cannot wait."
Coming out the woodwork too.
Yeah, and so I was watching his story, and he bought some like Super Bowl merch, and I was like, I messaged him like, "Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like, I can't buy no merch until we win, because I'ma just buy the like if we lose, I'ma buy it and look back on the season like, damn, we are fucking failures. Like, imagine I buy a NFC champions, and then I think back like, damn, we got fucking smoked in the Super Bowl. Like, so I was like, if we win, I'ma buy merch, but I can't buy merch until we win, because then
it reminds me of like when the Heat made the finals, and they were like promoting their new shirt, buy these conference final champion shirt. I'm like, bro, we about to get smoked by the Nuggets. Why am I buying this shirt?
I'm not
just to remember, we got smoked by the Nuggets. Nah.
What the fuck does an NFC championship mean to me, nigga? I want the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we want the big dog.
Yeah. So if we win, then I'll buy. I did buy a JSN shirt that has the Super Bowl logo. I felt like that was all I could do. Like JSN, no sort of team success. That will always be a like, okay, JSN, we went to the bowl. But I'm not buying no Seahawks, NFC, nothing until after we win. I would buy a Super Bowl championship.
But if you bought like a JSN jersey with the Super Bowl patch, that would also be fine, because
I know.
Who knows if y'all make it back?
Yeah, I know. That's why I bought the shirt, because I was like, I'm not willing to spend $130 for us to get our ass bust. I'll spend $40 to get it, and we would lose. Okay, cool. But if I buy a little JSN jersey and then we get our ass bust, I'm always looking at that Super Bowl patch like, damn. So once we win, then I'll buy the JSN jersey. But yeah. So today it's gonna be a pretty normal episode. We're just gonna talk NBA trade deadline first, and then we'll give our Super Bowl predictions and our picks. Because it's been 2 weeks, and I feel like not having my team hasn't been in the Super Bowl, so I didn't really think like, damn, this 2 weeks is long. Like, I haven't thought that it's long, but now that it's my team in the Super Bowl, I'm like, damn, 2 weeks is a long ass time to sit here and wait for this game to happen. And all you do is talk yourself into ways that like, the Seahawks could lose, the Pats could win, the Pats could lose, the Seahawks could. It's just time for people to build arguments about like, well, if this happens, then. So I'm like, all right, let's get to the game, bro. Let's get to the game. Nick Emmanwori is getting ankle injuries in practice. Like, let's just play the game. I'm ready to play the game.
I feel you.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm done with the waiting. So yeah, we can start with trade deadline. But before we do, we got to start with song of the week. And yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Run It Up Podcast.
Don't forget to tell people to subscribe and follow.
Yeah. Subscribe, follow TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, comment, leave a 5-star rating and review, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you find your podcast, pretty much. So yeah, now that the plugins out the way, my song of the week. Oh, Jermaine Cole. He dropped his album less than 24 hours ago. And I did a first full listen through last night, The Fall Off, potentially the last J. Cole album we will ever hear, which is fucking crazy. But me personally, I think it's cap. I think, the best way to build the anticipation for your album is to say, this is my last shit. And then in 2 years, he's going to have out.
He's been saying it's going to be his last one for
That's true. That's true.
But I think he's going to be putting out mixtapes, like little freestyle mixtapes. Oh, his go, but like album wise,
Singles, features, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
some singles, some features, but yeah, this might be his last body of work that we can
Yeah.
critique.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet, but what's your song?
It's a good album, bro. I'm not gonna like say that I've seen a lot of people being like, this is his like I was looking up album reviews and like I think an album review is disingenuous fucking 10 hours after the album came out. Like we've got to
Yeah,
sit with it for a minute. Like you gotta
a
really
couple of
understand
days
what
at
the
least.
yeah, like give it a couple of days. They're like, this is his best body of work. This is one of the best albums in a decade. I'm like, you feel like that after 10 hours of him releasing it? That's how
It's
you
new,
feel?
it's fresh. Of course, it's gonna feel like that.
I'm like what? So I think personally it's a good album. Like it's not every bit. It's a long ass album, an hour and 40 minutes, damn near 2 hour album. It's not all my
Double
kind of
disc.
music, but I can appreciate a good body of work. And like for your like J. Cole, who's been like a massive part of the like hip hop and us growing up. I mean, like, I'm gonna give him his respect. Like, he's one of the 3 best artists of our generation. Personally, I think he's the best storytelling artist that I've ever heard. To be honest, like, I don't know anyone that can consistently pen a story like him. So my song is "Life Sentence." It's on the second disc, which I've been hearing people talk bad about. It's way more like I think the first disc he said is like him going back to his home when he was 29 and him going back to his home when he was 39. It's like a 10-year difference in like the success that he experienced, him like being on the come up and him being like at the top of his game type shit. So like this 39 really I fuck with this 39 way better. Not way better, not way better. I fuck with it way more just because like I don't know, the songs resonate a little bit more with me. So Life Sentence is my favorite song right now on the album. I'm gonna listen to it again, but right now that's my favorite track. What's your song of the week?
I will be listening to that album. Probably when we wrap this up, I'll probably turn it on after. But song of the week, artist I hadn't listened to in years, bro. Like I used to be huge fan of this guy. Dave East off his album that came out last year.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. I hadn't listened to Dave East in like 4 years. Because I just felt like his music was very repetitive. But this song came on like on my Apple Music has like this thing where it recommends songs that you could like autoplay kind of thing. And it came on. I was like, oh, this is fire. It's called Bottega Trunks featuring Stove God Cooks. Shout out Stove God. Also somebody I like a lot, but doesn't want to put out an album.
I never heard of Stove God Cooks, so I mean I respect it though.
He was on what you call it, Clips album. He was, but before that, he's more so affiliated with like Griselda, West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, and niggas like that.
Yeah, another album I gotta listen to that came out yesterday was LMA, but like her dropping on Cold Night is tough. You know, shout out Jason Tatum. I think he's an executive producer on the album. Shout out. Not gonna get to that before I get to Cold though, but I am gonna listen to LMA shit because I do be fucking with LMA. But yeah, and then you know, Iceman soon coming, so we'll lock in for that as well.
Supposedly.
Yeah, Iceman soon coming. It would be lit if we got an album from all the big 3 this year, but I don't think Kendrick's gonna drop an album.
I don't think Kendrick's dropping this year. He just dropped one last year.
Yeah, I don't think.
Or not last year.
Album of the year.
Yeah, he's chilling for a little bit.
Yeah, he's cool.
But I do think that like the albums that have come out since 2024, like it's been a good, like at least for hip hop, has been a solid amount of albums that have come out that I've enjoyed. Like Kendrick from like GNX Chromacopia all the way through. Even like I like Glorilla's album, her shit was solid. JID's album was solid. Clips album was really good. And now we got J. Cole. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but now we got J. Cole. And then maybe Drake could be the bookend to that like little run that we having. I've been enjoying hip hop a lot. I strayed away a little bit because it was getting rough, and so I started getting into like R&B and soul and stuff, and I still listen to that, but I need my hip hop, man. Hip hop is our roots.
I don't know when Drake is gonna drop. I don't know. DJ Academics is saying like spam 5 in the chat, spam 5 in the chat. So I don't know if that means like May or like
or like DJ Academics knows absolutely nothing, bro. He is disconnected from Drake to the point where we have no idea when he's gonna drop. He probably should have dropped already, but I was of the belief that he should have taken a break and just come back in a year or two. But he wants to put out
like a summer. Yeah, I feel like it'll be a summer thing, to be honest. I don't know. Or maybe like
Probably.
I feel like a summer thing. But yeah, we can get into the NBA trade deadline. I have a pretty much a list of all the trades here. We can just talk through, give our thoughts
Yeah.
on them. The first one that really broke that was like kind of, I don't know. I hadn't heard these two names connected until that original story broke. Like I feel like throughout the trade deadline, you hear a bunch of guys that might get moved. Anthony Davis, Trae Young,
Yeah.
but like James Harden for Darius Garland, pretty much a straight swap. The Cavs got James Harden, the Clippers got Darius Garland in a second. So yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. For me, I think that James Harden is just simply the better player this year. You know, like if I'm the
Mhm.
Cavs, I'm looking at the East. Giannis may or may not have gotten traded. He ended up not getting traded. He's currently still injured. The Bucks are like the 10 seed in the East. I'm looking at the Knicks, who are on a little bit of a run right now, but like I don't know. I don't think that the Knicks are this unbeatable team. I'm looking at the Celtics. They don't have their best player, and so I'm looking at the Pistons, who like might not translate to much playoff success. We'll see. So, like, if I'm the Cavs, hell yeah, this the year to go for it. Shit. Like, and I'm looking at Darius Garland, who, hey, if we're being honest, has not played very much basketball over the last 2 years. So, like,
Mhm.
and the one thing you can say about James Harden is that he plays. He
He's
plays.
available.
He's available a lot of the time. Like he is rarely missed time. And so if you're telling me this is our year to go for it, we have a all-star level point guard here who is currently playing, and not only playing, but it's just flat out better than our current point guard. I'm going to go get him. So I think for the Cavs, it was a win now move. I get it for the Clippers as well. Hey, we can trade this 36-year-old guy for this 26-year-old guy. Let's fucking do it. and I'm cool with that as well. Granted, the Clippers don't even own their pick; is going to the Thunder, so they don't really have much incentive to be bad. But we will see. What do you think of the Harden Garland swap?
Well, for the trade deadline in general, I felt like things were happening pretty early on. Like stuff doesn't usually fester until maybe the day before the deadline or the day of the deadline. But this was like 3 days before the deadline. And it was surprising news because nobody heard anything about James Harden. But after the fact, reports came out and they were saying that Harden wanted an extension and the Clippers were not willing to give it. So I don't know if he requested a trade or not, but I know that Donovan Mitchell was like, "Hey, we need to make a move," because honestly, this move is like taking advantage of Donovan Mitchell's window. I think they have 3 years left, 2 years with a player option or 3 years left. Um, and like you said, it's a win now move, but it makes sense because James Harden is still one of the best playmakers in basketball. He is averaging 25 points a game and like 8, 9 assists. Um, and they don't have a second reliable playmaker right now because Darius Garland isn't playing. And I think James Harden's play style is at least easier to combine with Donovan Mitchell. Like Donovan Mitchell is a high volume scorer, needs his shots. James Harden's already played with Kevin Durant. He's played with Kyrie Irving. He's played with Joel Embiid.
Tyrese
So
Maxey.
he knows how to but I'm saying he played with like MVP level players.
Yeah.
So he knows how to adjust his game. And I think I think that still the X factor for the Cavs is Evan Mobley. Like if Evan Mobley shows up in the playoffs, I think the Cavs can make some noise. But at the same time, like we've seen James Harden disappear in the playoffs countless times for like the last 10 years. But the trade, it makes sense for both sides. I like it for both sides. I think the Clippers, they're the oldest team in the league. They needed to get younger. They needed at least a little bit of draft capital. I don't know if they ended up getting a second round pick initially, as they said that they did, but I don't know if if it was just a 1-for-1 or
They
if it
had
was Garland in a second.
it was Garland. The Cavs gave up a second to get Harden, so it was
Yeah,
Garland
so
and a second.
So the Clippers, get some draft capital because they don't really have any. They get 10 years younger. And honestly, like Darius Garland never bloomed into the star he was supposed to be, partially because he had to take some sacrifice with Donovan Mitchell coming over. So maybe I don't know what his ceiling is as a player, but we're probably pretty close to it. But I also think like he could have kind of a breakout year, like a real breakout year next year. And then the Clippers, I'm not really sure what direction they're going in, like giving up Harden and giving up Zubac to the Pacers. Like It's now just Kawhi and Ben Mathurin and Darius Garland, and you have no like
and you
real
gotta
center.
pay Ben Mathurin. So like,
Yeah, like you have to pay Ben Mathurin, and you may or may not get the Pacers pick depending on where it falls. So like, I'm a little confused. I know that the Clippers are trying to save money, but I'm a little confused at like what direction they're going in. But it's a good trade for both sides. I'd give both sides an A for it.
yeah,
It makes
yeah. I think it makes sense for both guys. Like I think like at some point you have to kind of cut your losses, and I think they look at the West and I think so often teams don't take an honest look at where they stand in their conference, and everyone convinces themselves like, oh, we're one thing falling our way to making the like. No, the Clippers took a legit look at the conference and said, we're not gonna fucking win this year. And so if we're not gonna win this year, give me the guy that's 10 years younger. And let's try and let's and granted them losing does nothing for them. It does only things for the Thunder. But like, hey, let's try and get some draft capital. Let's try and build our team of next year now. And I respect that. I'm down.
We'll
for
get
that.
to a team that doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the Zubac? Because it might as well because it's Clippers.
Yeah. The Zubac trade ended up being the Pacers acquire Ivica Zubac and Kobe Brown. The Clippers get Ben Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson. The Pacers 2026 first round pick, which is insanely protected. It's
heavily protected.
It's top 4 protected and then 10 through 30 protected. So the Clippers only get the Pacers pick if it falls between 5 and 9. So that is currently the only way. And if it doesn't, it gets deferred to 2031 unprotected. So if they don't get their pick this year, then they get their pick in 2031. And then they got the Pacers 29 first and the Mavericks 2028 second. So all in all, I think currently the pick is projected to go to the Pacers. I mean, to go to the Clippers. Like right now, it's like a 58% chance of it going to the Clippers. Granted, the lottery is weird. The Pacers could just keep fucking losing, and then
which they probably will.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Like now, it's in their best interest to just tank it out. Like just tank it out, and we'll see what happens. Because Tyrese ain't coming back this year. Pascal is putting up meaningless stats. And now they have Ivica Zubac, so like we should see what happens there. But overall, what do you think of this one?
I love it for the Pacers. I think the Clippers, they either had to thug it out with the roster they had, or try to make something of what they did and the mess that they created with the Paul George / Kawhi signings. And it's crazy how it's still falling back on them to this day. We talked about it earlier in the season where like the Clippers have no future. They have no picks. They're old as hell. So I think like getting Zubac, not a sizable contract, but a pretty decent, 20 million a year, I believe he makes off your books for some first round picks and a promising like young wing to put next to Kawhi. I think Ben Mathurin has a lot of talent. He's been hurt all year though. So I think I like I said, I don't know what direction the Clippers are trying to go in, but they're trying to make something of the assets that they have. And hopefully for their sake, the pick goes to them because you could get a nice little young player in the top 10 of the draft. They probably need a big, so hopefully they're able to get one. For the Pacers, they're pretty much making moves for next year. Expecting Tyrese Haliburton to come back probably October, November, maybe December. But Zubac is a really good center, rim protector, pretty efficient. I'm curious to see how the floor spacing goes because, Pascal's not like the greatest shooter. He's a decent shooter, but not like a stretch. But I think the Pacers are trying to play their way back into the good graces of the Eastern Conference and be in the top 5. I like it I like it more for the Pacers than I do for the Clippers. But the Clippers had to do something because once you trade away James Harden, that's like, okay, we're not really competing for anything this year. Like, we're not even trying to make the play-in because there's no point. Even though they don't have their pick, which is kind of crazy because, like, they might be so ass that the Thunder just get a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So right now on Tankathon, the current top 3 teams with the best odds to get the number 1 pick are Sacramento, who are 12-40 and on a 10-game losing streak.
They need it.
Yeah. Second is New Orleans, whose pick converts to Atlanta. in the Derek Queen trade. So
Yeah.
that is a fucking fleece. So right now, if it ended like not taking the lottery into account, it would be Kings, Hawks, Pacers. The Pacers have a 52.1% chance at top 4. So basically they have a 50-50 shot at keeping
That's
their pick.
probably why they put that protection on that pick, because they're like, hey, we got a 50% shot to
50-50 shot. Right now, I'm gonna do a tankathon. Is that thing where you can sim the lottery. So I sim the lottery right now. The first sim, the Wizards got the number 1 pick. So
that'd be great. That'd be
Trae Young,
Trae Young, Darren
Davis.
Peterson. Because they don't need a big. They got Alex Sarr, they got Anthony Davis. They could draft AJ or Darren Peterson. Listen, Darren Peterson to me is the number 1 pick in the fucking draft, bro.
Yeah,
that kid. He makes it look so easy. It's insane to me. Like, he's just a natural scorer. And he be out there like, yeah, I'm gonna draft 20.
Really, I'm cool with any of the top 4 for real. I haven't watched a lot of
Caleb Wilson. He's more of a project, but he's an insane athlete.
Yeah, I'm cool. Let's just say I'm cool with any of the top 3 because I also think Cam Boozer is nice as fuck. So
Cam Boozer is nice. I think AJ raw, but he's like, the talent is clear. Like, he's a raw athlete, but like he can still get buckets.
Yeah, right now. So this lottery went Wizards. Like, Wizards, Pacers, Kings, and then God knows the Kings need it. Wizards, Pacers, Kings.
Kings need something, bro. And then they didn't trade off Sabonis. They didn't trade. Nobody wanted Zach LaVine. Nobody wants DeMar DeRozan. And you have Russell Westbrook. They did trade away. They did trade for DeAndre Hunter, which
I did another sim, and it went Pacers 1, Hawks 2, Trailblazers 3. And then one last one. It goes Hawks 1, Kings 2, Wizards 3, and then Pacers 5. So the Clippers get their pick.
Bro, if the Pacers walk away with a top 4 pick, if they get one of either Darren Peterson or AJ DeFanza, like, bro, that's a starting lineup of Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, AJ or DP. Mm-hmm. And then Siakam and Zubac, and then you got Nembhard coming off the bench.
Obi plus Toppin, TJ McConnell,
Obi Toppin, J Huff, TJ McConnell,
Jarris Walker.
They're gonna be nice. They're gonna be nice.
Yeah. And when we talk, like, the Pacers have had playoff success, bro. Like, when Tyrese Halliburton get in the playoffs, a lot of people beat that nigga.
Like, I would say like, the Pacers had a magical run in the sense where, like, a lot of things had to go right for them to get to where they were. But
didn't they make the Eastern Conference Finals the year before also?
They did, but Giannis got hurt. Dame got hurt.
Yeah.
Dame got hurt that year, and then Giannis got hurt this last one. So it was like, it was up and down thing. But I mean, I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying a lot of things had to go right.
Thunder 7. Like, that's a nice team. That's a nice team. And so I think
they are losing Ben Mathurin, which is tough.
That's true.
He was giving them. He had a game where I think he scored like 35 in the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I don't know if they have that. Especially, I don't know if you're getting that out of a rookie. Mm-hmm. But they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be a top 5 team in the East for sure.
Easily. For me, on just the basis of the trade, I think for the Clippers, like I said before, acquiring Ben Mathurin, your backcourt is now, assuming you pay Ben Mathurin, Garland and Mathurin, and then you have Kawhi, and then you got a couple little pieces to build around. I think that they're going to start building to the draft. I don't think Ballmer is a guy who wants to rebuild for long. Like, he's going to make some big splashy fucking trade for some player. Like, they were in on Ja, they were in on LaMelo. They're going to get somebody. Now they don't really need a guard. Like, I think, like, there's, not to say guards grow on trees, but like, you could find a good guard on a lot of teams. It's hard to find a good wing, a good all-around 3-and-D wing. It is very difficult to find. Like OG Anunoby, Jaden McDaniels types do not grow on trees. You feel me? Like, those are very hard to find.
The elite ones are insanely hard. Like Kevin Durant difficult. Not growing on a tree. LeBron don't grow on a tree. No, it's you gotta. I think it's easier to find that guard than it is to find a wing, because a guard can be a serviceable guard.
Yeah.
Like, if you're Fred VanVleet, you're straight, bro.
Yeah,
if you play like you good.
You can find some good guard play, but finding a good wing that you can keep on the floor and close with. That's not a liability. There's a lot of wings that shoot threes and play no defense. There's a lot of wings that play defense and can't fucking score.
A wing that can score and defend.
Yeah, that's very hard to find. So I think that'll be that's kind of what everybody in the league is looking for. That's why guys like guys like Trey Murphy are going for first. Like that, people are like Trey Murphy. Like Trey Murphy is a valuable commodity. Like, you feel me?
That's why Ben Mathurin just got traded. He's a wing that can score and defend.
Yeah. So I think, and like I said, I think it's really good for the Pacers as well. I think Zubac, a lot of people kind of don't really. I think he's an underrated guy in the league. I think he's a top 10 big, to be honest. I don't think he's top 5 because like you got Cat, Chet, Wemby, like those kind of guys who are kind of ahead of him.
Like center, when you say big,
yeah, because I don't know. I was talking about it on the phone with Hunter the other day, and I was like, I don't know. He's like, he's not a top 10 big. He's not a top 10 big. I'm like, he's definitely a top 10 center. He's definitely a top 10 center. He's a top 10
you put
big.
Power forwards in it.
Yeah. I think it gets a little tough, but I think he's definitely a top 10 center. And so, yeah, I think I like it for the Pacers. They've been looking for a big for a while. Like they were the guys who gave DeAndre Ayton that massive contract, and then the Suns matched. They were looking for a big for a while. And so
I do want to say before we move on to the next trade, and I'll get into it a little bit more when we talk about the Anthony Davis over the Wizards in general. Adam Silver, my guy, you gotta put your foot down at some point. The teams are out here playing their starters 16 minutes a game so that they can tank. They're putting insane. How are you able to put that type of protection on a pick? Like, if you wanted to make it if you wanted to make it lottery protected, cool. If you wanted to make it top 10 protected, cool. Top 5, top 3. We've seen that before. We've heard that before. Top 4 and then bottom 20. So like, huh? So I got like a 10% chance to get this in reality, like a 10% chance to get this pick. The Pacers are not going to fall below the lottery.
No.
So like they could get possibly they have 8 chances to get their pick.
Yeah,
I mean, like the odds are off, like they have 8 opportunities. Yeah, they have 8 opportunities to get their pick because they got 10 to 14 or 10 to, is it 15?
They got 10 to 30.
No, but I'm saying in the lottery.
Oh, yeah, it's 14. 10 to 14.
So 10 to 14 and 1 to 4. So you got 8 opportunities to keep your pick as opposed to the other team having 4. That is insane. They got to do something about, like, I don't know. The NBA to me just seems like it's in shambles. I'll get to it more when we talk about the Wizards.
I mean, we can talk about the Wizards now.
We can talk about them right now.
The Wizards, they got Trae Young before. They ended up trading for Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. With the Mavs, they gave up Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Marvin Bagley, Tyus Jones, and then a couple first. The Clippers 26 first, the Warriors 20-30 first, the Suns second, the Bulls second. So a bunch of 3 seconds and pretty much 2 or 3 firsts for Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Lo, and Dante Exum.
Isn't one of those firsts like a Thunder first?
It's either the Thunder, Rockets, or Clippers first, whichever is the least favorable.
So the Thunder.
Yeah.
Because the Thunder are probably going to make the conference finals.
Yeah.
So basically 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, what do you think about this one? This came out of left field. I'm not going to lie. I was never thinking the Wizards are going to trade for AD.
No. We did say, you said AD was getting traded to Golden State. I think I said Detroit or Chicago or something like that. But after Chicago traded away Vucevic, I'm like, I don't know if they can get him. This trade to me, I mean, I like it for the Wizards. The Wizards have nothing to like fall back on. They've got a lot of young guards like Bob Carrington. They've got Trey Johnson, who I really like, but he's just a scoring guard. He can shoot really well. He just scores. Keyshawn George is kind of like a jack of all trades type of player. And they have Alex Sarr. Outside of that, they didn't really have like a true point guard on their roster. Now they do. And then they have Anthony Davis. I think with that core, in addition to whatever young prospect you draft over the summer, I think the Wizards can make the playoffs next year. Like, not play in. Like, I think they can be a top 6-7 team. They didn't give up much to get Trae Young. They traded CJ McCollum and Court. They turned this, and this is why I love this deal. These trades that they've done so much. they turned Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, and
Jordan Poole
Jordan Poole into Trae Young and Anthony Davis. That's two all-star level players.
Yeah,
in their prime, like Trae Young's
with shit to
prime,
prove. With shit to prove,
right?
Yeah.
Anthony Davis injury prone. We know that, but when he's playing, and I mean, it's been real bad in Dallas. Like he can't even step on the floor in Dallas.
Yeah,
he steps on the floor, it creaks, and he breaks his toe. Like it's bad. But when he's playing, Anthony Davis is a top 15, 20 player in basketball easily. When Trae Young's playing, he's a top 35, 40, but one of the best playmakers in basketball. So I like it for the Wizards. For the Mavericks, man.
Thank God they got Cooper Flag. Thank God get Cooper Flag.
So the return for Luka is Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
And 4 seconds. And Marvin Bagley. And 1 first in like 2031.
And people were like, well, maybe they won the trade because Cooper Flag might be better than Luka. Like, bro,
no, they lucked in the Cooper Flag. They lucked in the Cooper Flag.
And they're like, well, maybe like even if we take into account how good Cooper Flag is, anything that happened for them to get there is worth giving up Luka. I'm like, bro, stop telling me
they went to the finals.
Stop telling me that Cooper Flag is better than Luka or will be better than Luka. Like Luka is a 5-time first-team All-NBA guy in 7 seasons. What are we like? That's not.
He's a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, like he's on pace to be one of the 15 best players ever. Like, do not tell me that Cooper Flag is better than him.
At 27, he's one of the greatest offensive players ever. Already
the 3rd highest points per game ever, behind Michael Jordan and Wilt. And you're telling me that Cooper Flag? Like, come on, bro. Cooper Flag is nice, but let's stop. Like, let's stop this. Like, Cooper Flag could be Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum is not sniffing Luka. Like, what are we talking about? Like, granted, Jason Tatum got the chip, but I'm still taking Luka's body of work and over their career span. But yeah. I don't know. I want to.
The Mavs are poverty, bro. Like, and also they still have Kyrie Irving, who has not come back yet. Probably won't play basketball this season. So it's Cooper Flag basketball for the rest of the season. That's the only reason I'll watch the Mavs. I love Cooper Flag. He's a really good player, and it looks like he's gonna get Rookie of the Year. It looked like Con Knipple at first, but Con Knipple nice.
Ripping off 35
yeah. He's. It seems like, and to me, it just seems like now he's not even really understanding the game. It's just raw talent. Like he's just out there playing.
Better. He's just better than a lot of people.
He's just better than a lot of guys out there. And 19 years old.
Yeah.
Or maybe is he 20 now? No, he's 19.
I think he's 19,
yeah. Yeah, bro. 19 years old. Breaking like scoring records to be the youngest to do like score 30 in 3 straight games, the youngest to score 40. Like, yeah, he was worth that number 1 pick for sure. Like he's one of those ones where like, yeah. He might be generational
on a prospect.
Yeah, he might be one of those for sure. But yeah, the Mavs, fuck the Mavs, bro. I'm not giving them flowers for getting off of Anthony Davis for poverty. I'm not giving them flowers for drafting Cooper Flag, which is what you should have done. And you're getting critique for trading your franchise player that you got gifted.
Yeah.
You traded for him. They got him for, like, I'm not gonna say pennies on a dollar, but you traded Trae Young to get Luka Doncic. That's a fleece.
Yeah.
And you turned it into Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, I think the Mavs are. I just don't trust ownership there. And until they give me a reason to again. And granted, they fired Nico, so they're on the right spot. They're on the right track. But I'm gonna need to see them try and build some sort of contender. I don't know what this team, like, what their vision for the team is currently. Like, they have a bunch of wings. They have no real guard play. Like, we've got to figure this out until Kyrie comes back. Unless you think that you're building around Kyrie and Cooper Flag, then okay, we'll see how that works in a loaded West. We'll see. But
it's not gonna work.
As for the Wizards, I think the Wizards are set up to be a good team next year. Like, I like their team.
A watchable team. That's going to be my league pass team.
Yeah, Trae Young, AD, Alex Sarr, Bilal, Kayshawn George, Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, like Jaden Hardy, depending on what they want to do with him. Like, they got some good talent over there. And there ain't that much talent in the East, so it's not that hard to be a non-playing team. So I think if you put 2 top 30 players, like for a lot of the teams that the Wizards are going to play, they're going to have the two best players on the court a lot of the time, and usually that wins you some games. So I think,
or
that
at
the
least
Wizards,
one of them, if not both, at least one. Because
at
the
least
East has
one.
like at least, I think every team in the East has like at least one top 20 player.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope,
except well, the ones that make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not
I just
the
think
playing, like the non-playing
the
teams.
top end talent in the East compared to the top end talent in the West is crazy. Like that's why Giannis has to stay in the East, bro. Like to you have Giannis in the East. Best player this year is who? Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brown, Donovan Mitchell. Like
Jalen
those
Brown,
three,
Donovan Mitchell, yeah.
those three. Where we go to the West and it's Luka, Shea, Wemby, and KD, Braun. It's like, yo, damn, shit. Like we can't catch a break. So to add Giannis to that would be insane, bro. Like he got to say.
I never thought he was actually getting traded. I said that last week. I didn't think Giannis was getting traded.
No, I mean that makes no sense for him to get traded. He's on Instagram like, we don't chase greatness, we attract it. Okay, sure, buddy. Yeah, good luck.
Corny, nigga.
Good luck. You got Kyle Kuzma, he's your second best player. So enjoy. I think
you attracted Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, good luck.
What are we talking about?
You're gonna go trade for Ja. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna work well. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's not fucking doing shit.
Yeah. Any other trades on the road, bro?
I feel like we have to talk about Kuminga. The Kuminga saga has finally come to an end. The Warriors, after jockeying around whether or not they're going to trade Jonathan Kuminga, end up moving him to the Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis, Buddy Hield, and Jonathan Kuminga for Kristaps. That is who they are banking on to save the Steph Curry era. A lineup of Steph Curry, Pods, Draymond Green, and goddamn Kristaps.
Bro, they're starting small forward today.
Is Moses Moody?
No, it's the starting lineup is gonna be Steph Curry, probably Moody or Pods. They're starting small forward right now is Guy Santos. There's no disrespect to him, but he's like the 4th-string small forward on the team. Right now, he's starting.
Yo,
Steph is out. I think Moody also might be out. Draymond is in and out. Kristaps Porzingis, bro. Kristaps Porzingis is barely playing basketball. It's not, and I'm not saying that like he's injury prone. He has a condition where sometimes he wakes up and can't move. He can't walk. How do you trade? Be tough
when you get in the playoff series. Game 7, he just can't move.
You go to the playoffs and your second best player, third best player can't get out of bed.
Yeah. Game 7, he watching it from the hotel. Shit, like what?
What, like, bro? Mike Dunleavy has to be fired. He has to be fired. You drafted James Wiseman, bust. You drafted Jonathan Kuminga, bust. Plus, you didn't develop him. Plus, you didn't want to trade him. You draft Pods, ass. Jordan Poole was a good pick. You traded him because Draymond is a street fighter. He's fucking Ryu and Ken. And then Klay Thompson comes back. You don't want to pay Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's gone. So now it's just Steph and the guys. It's just Steph and a bunch of guys, bro. I said last week, like, he needs to request a trade next summer. I don't think he should end his career as a Golden State Warrior. I feel like they've wasted the last 4 years of his career, and he's been playing some of the best basketball of his career. The trade is an F. The Warriors front office has had an F grade for me since like 2022. Even though they traded for Jimmy Butler, like you got Jimmy Butler for cheap. He's 36 years old. You gave him a $60 million extension. Congratulations.
Now he has a torn ACL.
Now he has a torn ACL. For the Hawks, like, great job on taking advantage of a young guy. Jonathan Kuminga is 23 years old. Take advantage of a young wing who is athletic, has defensive tools. And he's not a bad player. He just hasn't been developed the way that he needed to be. And he'll be playing like I don't know what type of role they'll have for him, but like he can fit in pretty well. Like Atlanta's got a lot of young guys, they got a lot of athletes. I can imagine him and Jalen Johnson playing on the court at the same time. Is it kind of interesting? But there was nothing for the Hawks to lose. Like you give up a guy that wasn't playing, who you did sign to a pretty decent contract in the offseason, and it just hasn't worked out. And you flipped him for a shooter in Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's still a really good shooter. And Jonathan Kuminga, who's a 23-year-old, who, if it doesn't work out, you can just get off his contract next year. He's on a 2-year deal, which is why I'm so confused why the Warriors didn't just hold him in the prison that he was already in and just be like, all right, we're going to trade him next year because he's an expiring. Crazy.
I think they just wanted to get him off the team for morale's sake.
I don't know what the morale's sake is. You're losing games. Steph Curry's injured and you're losing games.
Yeah, right now they're the 8 seed. They're a play-in team. They're 3 games back of the 7 seed. They are 4 games back of the 6 seed. So most likely they're going to be a play-in team.
Bro, and they thought that they were going to trade for Giannis. They genuinely thought they had enough to trade for Giannis. What were you trading for Giannis? Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond Green and some picks and B-Pods?
Yeah.
Let's be real, bro. B-Pods, Moses Moody, Draymond Green, and Jonathan Kuminga and some picks.
No, it's just not. It was just never gonna work for the Warriors getting Giannis. I just don't know if they can build a contender around Steph Curry. I think at some point, like the decisions that you make compound to where you get to a point where it's like, fuck, we fucked it up. Like it's over. Like you make these decisions, you make these trades, you run out of assets, you diminish your assets, you make the wrong picks, and then at some point you got to look at your roster and be like, all right, it's time to restart. Like, and it's tough to make that decision when you have Steph Curry on your team, but that just kind of is what it is. And sure, they're going to be one of the teams that convince themselves like, we have Steph Curry, we can win any series, we got a puncher's chance. But in reality, like you're going to get walked down by the Wolves or the Rockets or the Nuggets or the Spurs or the Thunder. Like all these teams are better than you.
I think Steph Curry, like I'll call them the big 3. Steph Curry, Bron, and KD a little bit, but more so Steph and Bron. I don't think either of them can be the best player on a championship team anymore. Like Bron is 42. Steph is getting to that age where it's like
Bron definitely.
I don't know. Bron cannot. Bron cannot.
Yeah, he definitely can.
Steph and KD more so getting to the age where it's like, all right, how much longer can they truly be the best player on a championship team?
I don't think either of them can because
I don't know if either of them can. I don't think the Rockets are a championship level team right now either.
No, I don't think any of them can. And I think like Bron, I for sure cannot. I watch him every night.
Oh yeah,
I watched him last night not be able to get past Joel Embiid, and I said, "It is time. It is time." So we gave the ball to Austin Reeves, and he brought us the fuck home. Thank God. But yeah, Bron certainly cannot be. Steph, I don't know. Like I think skill wise, him and KD are still very good. Like I think Bron, skill wise, is no longer like what I don't think he compares to them anymore. Like I think that his age has dropped him down from that. Like, oh, these are still like top 10, top 12, top 15 players in the league. LeBron is not a top 20 player in the NBA currently. Like he's just not. He
might not be top 30, bro.
Yeah. Like he's just not. And he's taking up fucking $50 million.
He somehow became an all-star.
He's in for a rude fucking awakening. Shout out to Adam Silver for making Kawhi an all-star because he deserved it.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. And so I don't know what the Thunder, I mean what the Warriors are gonna do, what they think that their plan is for the Hawks. I don't know what they think the fit is gonna be. Like they have a bunch of forwards. Jonathan Kuminga very clearly wants the ball in his hands, and I don't know that that's going to happen on the Hawks. So good luck with that. I don't think either team is gonna be happy with the trade here, to be honest. But
the Hawks can get off his contract next year.
Yeah,
like I said, if it don't work out, they can just trade him.
Yeah, the Hawks can get him out of here. The next trade, the Hornets trade for Kobe White. They trade Colin Sexton and Ousmane Dieng, and a couple seconds. They get Kobe White and Mike Conley. Mike Conley gets released. He's going back to the Wolves. So I think for the Hornets, honestly, shout out to the Hornets. They are currently the 8 seed in the East. No, they're the 10 seed in the East, and they are 9-1 in their last 10.
They've won 8 straight games.
Yeah, they are very good. 8 straight. They have the 8th best offensive rating in the NBA over the entire season. They they're making some shit shake. Brandon Miller is their leading scorer. LaMelo's averaging 19, 7, and 5. They obviously have the rookie of the year, probably will be runner up, and Colin Knipple. Miles Bridges playing good basket. Like, they have 4 players averaging 18 points or more. Like, that's very good. They share the ball. It's not LaMelo.
Musa Diabate is a solid rim protecting center.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner is good too. You know, like that. He's
solid
a
off the
good
bench.
Little pick.
And they've beaten the Spurs and the Thunder in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're playing great basketball, bro.
They are.
I think it's like a culture thing. Like the head coach they have, I don't remember his name, but he's kind of like energized that locker room.
Charles Lee, I think.
Charles Lee, yes. He's just got them playing like the Hornets have never played. They haven't played hard basketball, in like 10 years, bro. Like they just don't play with a high level of effort. Like seeing LaMelo dive it out of bounds for loose balls and Miles Bridges playing dumb hard is new. Like that's brand new.
Yeah. That's good coaching. You got to play for something.
Right, exactly. Playing for something. They trying to make the playoffs, not the play in. Kobe White's a good addition. Like he's a good scorer, a good shooter. Doesn't play much defense, but he's able to facilitate. He's able to score, and that's really what they need. Like they needed that out of Kyle Sexton. He's not giving that to them on a nightly basis. Like some nights he'd have it, some nights he wouldn't. I just think Kobe White's a more consistent version of that, and he's more efficient. I think he just brings a nice scoring points. Like he won't be what he was on the Bulls just because there's not as much opportunity, but he's gonna be their 6th man for sure.
Yeah. I honestly don't even think there's too much to talk about. Like I like it for the Thunder. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying the Thunder. I like it for the Hornets. The Bulls, I don't know. The Bulls have an unreal amount of guards. They got Colin Sexton. They then got Rob Dillingham. They then got Anthony Simons. They then got Jaden Ivey. Like they already have Josh Giddey. They Modest handles the ball sometimes. Trey Jones be in their lineup. So they just got a ridiculous amount of guards. The Wolves, we just talked about it. They got Ayo Dosunmu for Rob Dillingham and a couple seconds. They traded Leonard Miller as well. The Rob Dillingham thing just never really worked for them. Like the Kentucky guards, they always turn out to be good. The Wolves believed in it. I just don't think that they're the team that can give Rob Dillingham the chance to maximize his potential. I don't know that the Bulls are that team either, to be honest. But a Rob Dillingham, Jaden Ivey backcourt in theory is fun, but Josh Giddey is damn near an all-star, so he's going to be in there too. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work. Anthony Simons also can shoot the shit out the ball. He's going to be in there too. So I don't know exactly what the Bulls are trying to do here, but I do like getting Ayo for the Wolves. The Wolves, their deadline was really just trading Rob Dillingham for Ayo Dosunmu because they brought back Mike Conley anyway. So they really just swapped them. And Ayo currently is a better player than Rob Dillingham. So they just got that's a net positive. They just got better. So I really like the Wolves deadline. And then I'm looking at the other thing. The Celtics got Vooch for Anthony Simons. I think that Vooch is just going to get picked. Like in theory, he's a good center for them. They need shooting, they need a big, but like he's going to get picked on defense until they have to take him off the court. Like that just is what it's going to be.
I'm curious how many minutes he'll play. Because if you play the Knicks, you play the Pistons, like they're just gonna
putting him in every action. Every action. Vooch is coming up here, so you cannot hide him. He is getting in every pick and roll.
You got like at least for the Celtics point of view, you got 3 teams with elite guards. The Cavs, the Knicks, and the Pistons. All 3 that can create their own shot and create for others. So like putting Vooch in that situation, I don't love it, but I do like it offensively. But I think him on the court is maybe he gets like in the playoffs like 22 minutes, maybe if his offense is good enough to where you can withstand his lack of defense.
Yeah. The next thing, we kind of already talked about it, but the Cavs traded for Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder. They give away DeAndre Hunter. The Bulls get Dario Saric. Little 3-team trade. I mean, I said it before. I love the team that the Cavs are building. I think that like this is how these like not to compare them to the Thunder, but like we look at the Thunder and we're like, damn, how did they get this? How did they get this? How do they have this? How are they so deep? And it's like it doesn't all happen in one season. It doesn't all happen in one trade. Like you build throughout the year, and then you get to a point where it's like, damn, the Thunder are deep. The Cavs are deep. Like they have Keon Ellis. Dennis Schroeder is nothing to just be like, yo, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is a good backup guard. Like he is. He's a good
veteran
backup
guard.
Yeah, he's a good veteran guard. They get Jalen Tyson is a good player. They found like out of nowhere, good starting forward like that. They drafted well. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Mobley, Allen. Like they have a lot of good fucking players. Keon Ellis, who I personally think is very good.
Like, they still got a lot of shooters. Like Sam Merrill. I don't know if Max Strus is coming back, but Max Strus. Like Dean Wade is also another shooter. Yeah, they've got damn, I don't remember his name, but they got like this athletic ass a power forward off the bench who just does windmills whenever he feels like it. The Cavs are solid. I don't know what the Kings were doing. I know what they were doing, but I don't know why DeAndre Hunter was that guy for them. He's just like he's a man player to me. He was a lottery pick back in 2017, 2018. He just never panned out to what he was supposed to be. He's supposed to be this 3-and-D wing, and he's never really like defensively never became what he was supposed to become. The Kings to me are a poverty organization where all bad contracts go to die. So there goes another one. You already got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine and Sabonis on bad contracts. Sabonis not so much, but Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan on pretty bad contracts. Now DeAndre Hunter on I don't know how many years he's got left on his deal, maybe 1 year, 2 years, but like the Kings aren't doing anything this year. They have 12 wins on the season. But I don't know what grade to give teams that have nothing, like they're not playing for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting off of Keon Ellis, it wasn't like it's not a win to me because you didn't even play him. Like he wasn't even in the rotation.
Yeah, I don't know why the Kings couldn't figure out a way to use Keon Ellis. Like I don't think he's that hard of a guard to incorporate into your lineup, especially when you're the fucking Kings. Like we're taking away Keon Ellis minutes for Russell Westbrook and Zach LaVine, and like just put him on the court. Like he's a 3-and-D find
it's not even it wasn't even like they like giving minutes to Russell Westbrook and Zach LaVine. It's fine if he came off the bench. He was not playing. He's playing like 5 minutes a game. Yeah. So, like, you're already losing games starting Russell Westbrook and Zach LaVine and Dennis Schroeder at the time. Like, what was the point of now you have another wing in DeAndre Hunter, and Keegan Murray's also hurt. So, like, what is the plan here? I don't understand what the Kings' vision is. It's kind of shit. But shout out to the Cavs for actually making something out of almost nothing because, you know, Darius Garland is a depreciated asset in a way. And DeAndre Hunter, I didn't know anybody was interested in him. So shout out to them for flipping two guys that have been on their team for quite some time. When they made a DeAndre Hunter trade a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, that's a good trade, but it just never worked out. He never was able to give them the scoring punch that he was supposed to.
Yeah, to run down the last three that I think are important. This one we can keep quick. The Lakers. Woo! Lakers get Luke Kennard, give up Gabe Vincent in a 2032 second round pick. I think that for me, this was addition by subtraction. Gabe Vincent's a horrible, horrible basketball player. And Luke Kennard is one of the best shooters in the NBA and one of the best movement shooters in the NBA. Granted, he's only taking like 3-point-something attempts a game. Like it's not on very much volume. It's not on very much volume, but he's shooting like 49% from three, which is fucking insane.
Percentage-wise, he's the greatest shooter ever.
Yeah.
I think his career average is like 47%.
Yeah, like he's a good shooter. It's just low volume. So I think for us, we can use any kind of shooting. We're generating the most open looks in the NBA, which is to like you would think that because you have Luka, LeBron, Austin. Like granted, Austin hasn't been playing for the last like month, but when he was, regardless, we're still generating the most open looks. We just don't have guys that can knock down those open looks. So we're giving, if you watch the Lakers, it's way too many corner threes for Jared Vanderbilt, who's open for a fucking reason. The only guy on our team that can really actually shoot is Rui. And like he's an expiring, so he might not even be on the team next year. So is Luke Kennard, who also might not be on the team. So honestly, for this year, switching out Gabe Vincent for Luke Kennard is a net positive for me. A guy that can get an open shot and knock it down maybe 50% of the time. I'm taking it. Has some gravity. Teams are not leaving Luke Kennard wide open in the corner. They're just not. So I'm happy with it. Did you have any thoughts on the Luke Kennard, Gabe Vincent? I don't think it's like a
I
massive
mean,
trade.
it's whatever to me. I don't feel like the Lakers are competing for a championship this year. It's kind of
Well,
like dragging on the LeBron saga to like just have a fresh start with Luka and truly build a team around Luka. And they got to pay Austin Reeves as well. So I mean, it's cool. Like Luke Kennard is a positive basketball player. He don't play on defense, but he's a great shooter. Gabe Vincent, hey man, he was once a solid player. Now I think he's cooked.
Yeah, yeah. Now he's very much so cooked. Last one. I mean, last two. One, the Knicks get Jose Alvarado for Dalen Terry. Basically, I think that he's a good guy.
It was more for like Yabusele.
Yabu, yeah, he is dancing bear. I think he's a good little pickup for them. He's obviously a homecoming. He's from New York. Fun fact: John has actually worked with his dad before. He was like, "Oh yeah, my dad is my son, and he plays in the NBA." And John doesn't know much about basketball, so he's like, "Oh shit, who is he?" And he's like, "Jose Alvarado." And John's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And he came and told me like, "Yeah, you know Jose Alvarado?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, Jose Alvarado. He's a relatively good NBA player." So it's like
he's a New York legend, low key.
Yeah. Look, him and he'll get shit shaking. So I think that's a good move for the Knicks. And then lastly, the Sixers give up on Jared McCain. A quote just came out from Daryl Morey that said, like, I think we sold high on Jared McCain. So they just truly did not believe in him. Like, for whatever reason, after picking him with the first round pick last year and him having one of the best rookie seasons, like he was breaking Jordan records and shit like that, they said, you know what? We don't think he's good.
Daryl Morey didn't say what the truth is. The truth is they just don't have a spot for him to play. No. Like, I don't think they should have given up on him, but there's no, like, drafting VJ Edgecombe, having Tyrese Maxey, having Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
Like, there's no space for him. He can't play the three. He's like 6'3". Yeah. So he's going to be your third, fourth guard. It's just not enough for him. I like it for the Thunder because the Thunder give up a pick they don't really give a fuck about. And Isaiah Joe is set to be a free agent. Somebody's going to pay him decent enough money that the Thunder just don't have. Jared McCain kind of stepping out into that role. I even think he can contribute this year. Like, they need a guy who can just get a bucket. Like, Jared McCain has shown he can do that, and he can shoot. The Thunder's 3-point percentage has gone from like 40+%, whatever it was last year, to now down in like the mid to low 30s. So they're not shooting as well as they were. So I think it's a positive for them. Don't be surprised if Jared McCain is out here like playing 20 minutes a game and giving them solid contributing minutes off the bench, because they really do need like scoring and shooting, especially if J-Dub is out for a while.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I pretty much have the same exact thoughts. I think it's a good move for the Thunder. Buy low on Jared McCain. You know, a guy who coming into his rookie year was like, I don't know, does he have the size? Can his shooting translate? Can he do anything but shoot? The Thunder are a great team to figure that out on, because you got a lot of leeway. They're gonna be blowing a lot of teams out, so you're gonna get some chances to come in the game and do whatever the fuck you want. So I think Jared McCain for them will be a solid rotation piece, and I think he's a better offensive player than, like, I don't know, if you're needing like big offensive minutes from like Kason Wallace, like, I don't know that that's gonna happen, you know. So I think you can throw.
He's another guy that they might not bring.
They're gonna have to pay. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay him. So
but yeah, overall, if you got Wallace out there not hitting shots, you got Caruso out there maybe not hitting shots.
Yeah,
you gotta have somebody that can hit and respect your offense at least. Because when the Thunder aren't hitting threes, their offense looks absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it's just Shea ball. So I think, I think it's a good little trade for them. And yeah, I think that was pretty much the deadline.
We gotta talk about Miami real quick.
Oh yeah, go for it. The only three teams that did absolutely nothing were the Rockets, the Heat, and the Spurs. Right?
The Spurs. Listen, they don't really need much. I thought they might like trade for another wing or trade away Jeremy Sohan because he's not even playing, and you know what is he contributing? I just don't think he's a good basketball player. He does offer some defensive upside, but he's not really a great player. The Rockets, I'm shocked they didn't try to bring in a guard, but I think they're kind of handcuffed with Van Vliet's contract that they had to pay due to the new CBA. And then you have the Miami Heat. Oh, brother. Unfortunately. I don't even know where to start, bro. Like, I understand I understand not trading for Ja. Like, cool, Giannis didn't want to be traded. I understand not trading for Ja because the Grizzlies were talking like, oh yeah, like we're just trying to get rid of him. Like, we can come get him for pennies on a dollar. Then turns out they wanted like a first round pick, a young player, plus maybe some more draft capital and another young player. I don't know if I'm willing to do that for a 27-year-old guard that's having his worst season, is injury prone, can't shoot, and has off the court issues. So like, I get it, right? But they come out after the trade deadline and say, oh, we believe in this team and we're going to stick to our philosophy of playing to win, and we think this team can make a run in the playoffs. That is a fucking slap in the face to every Heat fan out there. Like, don't talk to us like we're fucking stupid. We've got a mid team. The team is mid. At best, they're going to be the 7th seed. At worst, they'd probably be the 10th seed. They have 3 all-star level players. Like Norm Powell had a great season. You got him for nothing. Why is he still on the team? You're not going to the finals. You're not making a deep playoff run. You could have sold high on Norm Powell. You could have traded away Wiggins. You could have done do something. Like, they sit here and they try to waffle back and forth between drafting young players and then also bringing in vets. Spo does not give a fuck about these young players. Khalil Ware does not play. Kasparis Giannakis does not play. They don't play. He does not want young players because rookies play dumb. A lot of them play dumb. A lot of them don't have the IQ to just be on the court. And Spo's trying to win games. Like, he wants to win. He wants to make the playoffs. He wants to win. But like, the front office has to have a direction. There is no direction. It's 1 minute. Okay, even the Jimmy Butler trade. They had to trade Jimmy Butler. Like, they didn't want to. They could have traded him before last season started. They waited till it was depreciated. Then they traded him for Andrew Wiggins and a first or a second, whatever the hell they got. Kyle Anderson. Yeah. So you hold on to all these assets. Like, there was once a time where Tyler Hero was in like trading for Anthony Davis type talks, like trading for a player of that stature, and you waited and waited and waited, and now his value is at the lowest it could possibly be. And now you probably got to hold him, and you don't know if you want to give him an extension. They don't know how to handle their assets. They make the best move that they made in the last 5 years is trading for Norm Powell. I think you got a little lucky because you were the third team in that deal. You just got off Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson where they were to bring in a all-star level talent. Cool. Other than that, bringing in Kyle Lowry, holy shit. Signing Udonis Haslem to 1-year extensions. Oh my God. Wow. So he can throw fucking chairs on the bench. I'm sick of this team, bro. They act like their fans don't know basketball when we've seen the team win 3 championships. We know what it takes to win a fucking championship. And y'all are here. Y'all didn't give Jimmy enough help, which I have gripes with certain things, but like ultimately they just didn't have enough. But now, like, you're refusing to rebuild, genuinely refusing to rebuild. The team is just not good enough. They're just not. Davion Mitchell's a cool player. He's on a decent contract. I think he's getting paid like $8 million a year. Cool. Tyler Hero. I love Tyler Hero. He's never playing. When we brought up last week, like him and Darius Garland, I said they're damn near the same player. This is why. Like, great offensive talent. You know, his ceiling, I think he's reached his ceiling already, but he can average 25 points or 23 to 25 points. But like, what he's not a player that's valuable in today's NBA. He doesn't defend. He's a decent playmaker, but he turns the ball over a lot. He's a great shooter, a great scorer. Other than that, he brings you nothing. Andrew Wiggins, cool player, not getting you to the place you need. So now you got Bam out here, who's not like the greatest offensive engine, right? Like, he's improved his 3-ball a lot this year, but he's not the most consistent offensive player. So you got him out here playing with guys who are also not consistent. You're depending on 32-year-old Norm Powell to be your best scorer. It's just not conducive with winning. It doesn't work. And they're gonna, I promise you, they're gonna come out this summer and say, we want to go get Giannis. I know it's gonna happen, but you didn't even go out and get picks to make a package for Giannis. You could have traded Norm Powell and maybe got a first for him. You could have traded Wiggins and got some seconds. Like, they did nothing. You did nothing. If Spo really don't fuck with Ware like that, why is he still on the team? It makes no sense, bro. It seems like everybody thinks it's a Pat Riley thing. I promise you it's not. There's like 5-6 guys in the front office with 5-6 different visions. That's what's really going on. You got a couple guys that probably want to rebuild. They like the young players in the draft, which is why we're not trading our picks anymore. Then you got a lot of guys that like these vets that we could bring in for cheap. Cool. You either find that balance or commit to one side. You cannot do this in the middle shit because you'll just
timeline shit. That's what the Warriors tried to do.
Bro. The Warriors tried to do it, and it screwed them. And they were set up perfect for it. They could have done a great job. They made the wrong decisions. I think the Heat are better at it than the Warriors are. But at the same time, like, you also an Eastern Conference team. If you were in the West, you'd be 11-12 seed, bro.
Yeah.
In reality, like, I don't even enjoy watching them anymore, to be honest with you. Like, I love Bam. I love watching, like, what he does, like, the effort that he gives on a nightly basis. Norm Powell is cool, but, like, it's not an enjoyable product. They don't win consistently. They lose constantly. They only beat teams that are, like, below them or on their level. Yeah, like, they don't beat the Knicks. They don't beat the Pistons. They don't beat the Celtics. They can barely beat the Hawks. They just got smacked by the Hawks, like, 3 nights ago. So, like, where is this going? Are we gonna? This is another play-in year where we make a 7-8 seed and then get smacked up by the Cavs or the Knicks or the Pistons. Like, I'm tired of this, bro. It's been the same thing for like the last 4 years. Yeah. The little magical run that we had in 2023, that was beautiful. It's never happening again. Mm-hmm. Cut this out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's tough. Like, I agree with you for the Heat. Like, I think you have to make a decision. I think you have to decide whether or not you're going to try and rebuild. I also don't know that you have the player that you're trying to rebuild around. Like, I think trying to build the team with Bam as your best player is difficult to do. And I think that he's your franchise guy. So it's like, damn, what are we supposed to do? But it's like, damn,
about bringing like, you don't even have to build around him. Bring in somebody that he can be around. Like, yeah. Jimmy was better than Bam. Like, there's not a lot of players available. Like, depending on free agency to bring in a star just isn't a thing anymore. No. So you got to do a trade. And a lot of stars aren't available. But if you're so hell-bound on bringing in Giannis, where are your assets? They don't have a lot of first-round picks. They have one this year. They used theirs last year on a point guard who doesn't play. So, like, you want teams to take these guys that you're like, he's such a great player, man. Like, he's amazing. Great player.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play. What's his tape? Like, Khalil Ware and Bam have barely played together. And I've said, like, it doesn't really work. I don't think it works that well, but like, they barely played.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You have all these young talent you can put on the floor. Like, Nikola Jovic barely plays, or he did at one point. Then they gave him an extension. Now he's playing. Jaime Jaquez, another guy who's like, cool. He's our sixth man. He's a good player, but I don't know what his ceiling is. I think at best he's a sixth man. I don't know if he'll ever be a starter on an NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, all these young guys, you want the whole league to believe these guys are so amazing, and you can't even show them why they're like. You won't even put them on the court.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know, bro. Yeah, I mean, shout out. Hopefully the Heat make a little run. I don't know. I think
they're not making a fucking run, bro. Stop.
The East is just a weird fucking spot because you can talk yourself into being able to win a series, and then it's like, well, if we can win one series, we're only 2 series away,
beating, bro. Like, okay. Who are they beating though? Like, they're not beating any of the top 4 teams in the East.
No,
I agree. Them. They might win. They might get a game,
if that. You know, might get a game if that.
They can. They have. Like, if Hero's healthy, they can score and keep up with certain teams. But, like, Hero in the playoffs has been pretty damn bad.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Norm Powell play in the playoffs at the level he's playing at now consistently. Bam is up and down in the playoffs. So now you're depending on Davion Mitchell to be a 40% shooter from 3. He's an improved shooter, but, like,
yeah. Shit get a little tight in the playoffs.
Yeah, like in the playoffs, when stuff breaks down and you got to have a real half-court offense, it gets ugly. And I don't understand how you watch what happened last season in the play. You got embarrassed, and they didn't run it back, but like your core is essentially the same. They did make a move, but like they want us to believe that Norm Powell is the move. Get the fuck out of here. We're not stupid.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, shout out. We're both not happy with our team, so hopefully,
no, we shouldn't be.
Hopefully the Heat
The standard is the standard, brother. The standard is the standard, man.
Rob Pelinka gets fucking fired, and we get it pushing.
The Heat are the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA.
Yeah.
That's how I'm taking. Like they just want to compete every year. They're fine with being a mediocre competitive team that scares you one night on an off night, because any given day you could lose in the NBA.
Yeah,
and you know they've had a coach who's won them a championship in the past. He's been a coach for a long time. I don't know what's going on with Spo. I feel like the last couple of years he's been. Last year I feel like his worst year coaching, and then this year I feel like he just. I don't know what's going on with him and where, but like it's something off. And maybe they just need like a complete overhaul in the front office. Maybe they need to be like, hey, Spo, you want to come be something in the front office? Like, I don't know if he wants to like coach the team as it's currently constructed. I can understand how that's pretty frustrating.
On some Brad Stevens shit.
Yeah, like maybe put him in the front office and find a new coach, just because maybe someone else is willing to develop the guys that Spo is not. Spo is not like the development guy in a sense. Like we've developed undrafted players, but like a guy like Kel'el Ware, whose motor is not high and his IQ isn't the greatest. He just has like a bunch of raw talent. I don't know how that works with Spo. And I know he gets frustrated when bigs don't know how to play defense, which Kel'el Ware, not really a great defender. He's a good shot blocker, but he's kind of like Hassan Whiteside in a sense, defensively. Like just farming for blocks and a lot of the times getting cooked. But he's 22 years old. So like, yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And it was so predictable. You saw what I texted you yesterday. I said, we're going to go all in for Giannis and then essentially not have the time to go get Ja or just be like, we don't want Ja. Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Neither one of them got traded. So. The Grizzlies backed out. We didn't even talk about the Jaren Jackson thing, but the Grizzlies traded Jaren Jackson, went to the Jazz. The Jazz now should be fine next year. Like if you want to build around Kessler, and if the Jazz actually got offered the Pacers 26 pick unprotected, and for Kessler said no, then they're fucking Danny Ainge should be fired. But I think that the Jazz, they should be fine. You know, depending on what you think Keontae George is, and then the Grizzlies are trying to rebuild. Ja will not. I don't think he'll be on that team next year. Like he will not. He's getting traded in the summer somewhere.
I don't know if Ja's on his team next year. I don't know if Giannis is a Buck next season.
I think Giannis is way more likely. I think Ja, no shot. He's on the Grizzlies next year.
If Giannis stays on the Bucks, he'll just turn into Damian Lillard.
I think that you can just keep convincing yourself that like, we build around Giannis, and he's never going to outright request a trade because he wants to be able to say, well, I wish it could have been different and I could have stayed in Milwaukee because I love y'all, but they traded me. And so he's never going to be like, yeah, I want to leave. So it's going to be up to the Bucks being able, like the Bucks are going to have to come to the conclusion that, hey, we just can't win with Giannis no more. And that's a tough decision to make in the East. To look at the East and be like, we can't win with Giannis. Like
you're never also not bringing in talent. What is your team? You're not drafting well. You're not signing great free agents. Your team is Giannis when he's playing. He's not even healthy right now. Miles Turner, Kyle Kuzma, Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins, and Gary Trent and Gary Harris.
Yeah,
that's not a good team.
No. But I think that they were trying to buy. They were trying to like sell Giannis, but also be on the lookout if they could trade for Ja. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah. That's another team. You got to make a decision one way or another this summer. Either you think you're gonna build around Giannis and try and make a contending move, or you're gonna move him. So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing.
But the Jaren Jackson thing, because we got far removed from that. It's a cool trade. Like I think the Jazz are trying to make something of what they have. Like they're not an exciting. I shouldn't say that. They're not a good team because they don't play fucking defense, and their best defender is out for the season. So the idea of bringing in Jaren Jackson to be your 4 next to Walker Kessler, good luck getting to the paint next year. I'll say that. Good luck scoring in the paint. It's going to be tough. And I think that's a legit value that they have. I also am interested in the build, whatever they're trying to build. Are they trying to build around Keontae George? Because Keontae George offensively is a great player. Like it's shown that he's a very, very capable scorer. We don't know what Ace Bailey is yet, but he has a lot of promise. So like next year, you're looking at a lineup of Keontae George, Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen at the 3, who's playing at an all-star level this year. And then Jaren Jackson's one of the best defenders in the league, and Walker Kessler, one of the best rim protectors in the league. I like it. I think in the West, that's the kind of defense you have to have when you have guys like Wemby, Shea, Jokic, and like to be able to have a big that can, you have one big that can protect the paint, and you have another one who can switch out to the perimeter and defend in the paint. Like that's cool for the Jazz. I'm curious to see how, you know, they need to make some more moves because their bench is pretty dog shit. But I like it. I like it. For the Grizzlies, I mean, if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna give you 3 picks for Jaren Jackson," boom, done.
Yeah.
I don't even have to think twice about that because you may never get that offer again.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I like it. I honestly like it more for the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies need to just blow it up. They just need to restart. Who would have thought that trading Dylan Brooks would have been the start of a rebuild? Insane. Or not? Yeah, did they trade him? They did trade him.
Yeah. Dynasty starts after you, you know.
Dynasty starts after you, Ja Morant.
Dynasty starts after all 3 of them. Yeah. Until all 4 of them, Bane, Brooks, Ja, and Jaren. All 4 of them.
It's crazy, bro. But they have
they got good
I want
shit.
To say about the Grizzlies, they've got like 13 first-round picks the next 5 years. They got 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane, and they got 3 for Jaren Jackson. Say what you want. They're pretty ass. They're pretty ass. But they got a lot of picks, bro. So if they're able to draft well and, you know, make a couple of good signings here and there, like cheap signings or like good value signings, the Grizzlies gonna be all right. But it's gonna take a minute because all them dudes at the top, good luck. Spurs ain't going nowhere. Timberwolves ain't going nowhere. The Lakers, I'm sure, will retool and Luka will be fine. And the Thunder aren't going anywhere, and neither are the Nuggets. So, like, good luck.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our trade deadline talk. We can just dive into Super Bowl. To be honest, I don't have a lot to say. I think the 2 weeks, like obviously Patriots, Seahawks, the 2 weeks between the fucking game is just far too much for me as a Seahawks fan. I think all you do is spend time talking yourself into how the underdog can win, how the favorite can lose, how da-da-da-da-da. And granted, it's happened before. Obviously, the 18-0 Patriots walked in and got fucking walked down by Eli and Plaxico Burress and David Tyree. The people like to forget, but the Panthers were big. The Cam Newton Panthers were massive favorites over the old Peyton Manning and Von Miller Broncos, and they lost that game. They got dominated in that game. And so I don't know, like it wouldn't be the first time a Super Bowl favorite lost, but
the first time I think Brady's first championship, the Patriots were underdogs.
Yeah,
when they played was it the Panthers or the Rams? The Rams. I'm sorry,
it was the Rams.
They played the Rams, the greatest show on turf. They were underdogs. So like, it's not.
They won
the first time.
It's not uncommon. And so I would say for me personally, my Super Bowl pick is I am a Seahawks fan. So like for me, I look back 11 years ago and remember exactly where I was when we threw the pick to Malcolm Butler with 28 seconds left. And we thought like we were on the verge of a dynasty. Would have been back-to-back Super Bowls. Russell Wilson might have this insane start to his career. We had the LOB, the best defense in the modern era. And then we never make it back. We lose, and that pick alone blew up our dynasty, ruined our team. And so 11 years later, to be back in the same position against the same team, obviously very different personnel, not the same guys on the roster. Only thing that's similar is Josh McDaniels being the play caller for the offense.
There's not the same coaches. The quarterbacks are different. Teams are completely different.
Nope, just Josh McDaniels. And this team is also very different. I think that for me, I have found so many ways to talk myself into the Seahawks losing. But at the end of the day, I think throughout the season, the Seahawks have shown me that they have been able to win in almost every way I can imagine. If we have to run the ball to win, we can do it. If we have to play defense to win, we can do it. If we have to pass the ball to win, we can do it. If we have to kick 6 fucking field goals like we did against the Colts to win, we can do it. And the purpose of the regular season is to battle test you so that when you get in this scenario in the biggest game of the year and you don't know what is going to happen, you can adapt to any scenario and be like, damn, we already won feeling like this. We already been here and made it out. So I feel very confident that the Seahawks, regardless of what the game script is, will be able to adjust and win the game. And I can't say the same about the Pats. I also just don't think they've looked that good beating the Broncos and the Chargers and the Texans. Like, I just don't. I think we're the better team. I think we're more talented. And I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I trust Sam Darnold more than I trust Drake May right now. And that just is what it is. So I'm going to take the Seahawks to win the chip. And man, if we lose, I would be down bad, boy. But I'm taking the Seahawks to win the chip. Who you got?
I haven't really thought about it, but I mean, like, to me, like, on the surface, I look at both teams. I think Seahawks are the better team. Who's been playing better in the playoffs? Sam Darnold. What team has beat better teams fully healthy? The Seahawks. Like, the Seahawks beat arguably the second best team in the league if the Seahawks are the best team in the league. And like you said, they're battle tested. Like, to have to run through the NFC, play in the hardest division in the league all year. You know, they haven't really had injuries, which is a great thing. Like, sort of getting to the Super Bowl is a battle of attrition in a way, but like, you have one of the best receivers in football, maybe the best receiver this year in football. Offensive player of the year. Sam Darnold been inconsistent like throughout the season, but when he's playing at the top of his game, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Kenneth Walker having almost like a breakout postseason in a way, like never had this type of opportunity, never been this healthy in his career. I saw a stat the other day that said Kenneth Walker is like one of 3 players to have 120 scrimmage yards in 3 playoff games. It's him, it's Jerry Rice, and I can't remember the third guy. But anytime you're in a conversation with Jerry Rice, good for me.
Good combo.
The Patriots are just like, I don't feel like they're limping into it or like stumbling into the Super Bowl because you beat who you beat, you play who you play. But they just haven't, to me, they just haven't beat any great teams. Like they've played great units, I should say. Like the Chargers defense was really good. Texans defense, maybe the best in the league. Broncos defense, maybe the second best in the league. But like when you've got to go out there and put up points, like I'm curious to see how the Patriots respond. Like if the Seahawks come out and punch them in the mouth, go up 14-3 or, you know, like 21-7 or something like that. How are the Patriots going to respond? Do you have enough firepower on the offensive side of the ball to really combat that? I think the Patriots can win this game, but they have to make it ugly. Like you got to force turnovers. You have to make Sam Darnold uncomfortable. And then offensively, you can't make mistakes. Drake May can't be fumbling the ball, can't be throwing interceptions, which he hasn't really done, but he's fumbled a lot. He's taken a lot of sacks. And they got to run the ball, which they've done well. But it's hard to do against the Seahawks. The matchup for me that I'm looking forward to the most is Christian Gonzalez versus JSN. I love both players. I think I've loved JSN since he had 300 yards at Ohio State. And Christian Gonzalez is a really, really good corner, probably a top 5 corner in football right now. And he's really like one of those corners where it's like, if you're matched up with him, you have to bring your A game because it's hard to just be productive against him. And he plays clean football all the time. I'm looking like I like the Patriots defense, but I just like the Seahawks defense better. I like the Patriots offense, but they don't have the same firepower as the Seahawks. Like Kenneth Walker can give me 100 yards on the ground. I don't know if Ramondre Stevenson can do that. I don't know what TreVeyon Henderson can do. He has not looked good in the playoffs.
Can't pass protect to save his fucking life, so they
right,
don't put him in because he can't pass protect.
You know, like Stephon Diggs, good receiver, good veteran presence. Fuck it, like Mac Hollins has been solid. Yeah. Kayshon Boutt's been solid. It's been like it's almost like two different like styles to me. That's why this is so intriguing, and like the hype has been pretty weird leading up to this. Like it seems like people don't really care about the game. I'm gonna be watching the game. I'll be excited because I love football, but I'm taking the Seahawks. I love the differentiating styles of both teams. I think there is a path for the Patriots to win. They have to make the game ugly. They've got to like make big plays, which is tough to do. The Seahawks defense is really, really good, but they've shown in the past that they can be undisciplined at times. So if that happens, I think the Patriots can win this game, but I'm taking the Seahawks. And if I was betting, I would also take the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think we're 4.5 point favorites. I don't think it's going to be some blow. I've seen some people say like, "Oh, Seahawks by double digit, like big lead."
I would say Seahawks by 6.
I think we win by a touchdown.
6-7, something like that.
I think we win by a touchdown. I think that like I don't know, like I don't think the Patriots are a bad team by any means. Like the way to disrupt Sam Darnold has been with interior pressure, like D tackles beating our guards, like Christian Barmore,
Milton Williams has been
playing like
real good.
There's a formula here to make Sam Darnold self-destruct, but like that's Like the Rams could have done that. The Niners could have done that, and they haven't been able to do it. And like the Rams have a really good D line. The Niners D line is horrible, but like the Rams have a good D line, and they also could not disrupt Sam Darnold. So like I think that Clint, and I know a lot of people worried about like, well, Clint Kubiak, like he's going to be the head coach of the Raiders. Like, is his head not in the game? Like that also kind of made me feel some type of way. But then like, hey, Kellen Moore did it last year. He knew he was going to the Saints, and they beat the shit out of the Chiefs. So like it's possible to be done. Like win this bowl and then go do your thing with Fernando Mendoza and GT and Bowers. Good best of luck to you. But like, I need you one more day. I just need one more day out of you. So I don't know. Like I think it'll be a good game. I think like it might be close at halftime, and then this is one of those things where like we pull away towards the end. And yeah, bro, I don't know. I think it'll be big. I think like JSN versus Christian Gonzalez will be very fun. I've also seen him walk down a lot of good corners. I've seen him put Derek Stingley in the fucking rim and for a touchdown. And so like I wouldn't be shocked if he did it to Christian Gonzalez. I don't think it's gonna be some like one-on-one all the time type of shit. Like a lot of people
they're gonna double him.
Yeah, like this is not some Revis Calvin Johnson shit. Like that, people don't do that no more. Like,
but also it's the Super Bowl. I'll be damned if I let JSN beat me by himself. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm sending help regardless.
But
I think I'm just praying it's not a blowout like last year. Like there was so much hype built up last year's Super Bowl, like rematch and Mahomes versus Hurts and all of that, and it was ass. Super Bowl was ass. Halftime show saved the damn day. Fucking.
Who's your prediction for Super Bowl MVP?
I'm gonna go Kenneth Walker.
Ooh, kind of Super Bowl MVP into the free agency. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kenneth Walker. I think he's been playing. He might. I'm not gonna say he's been the best offensive weapon, but like damn near the second, or definitely the second. Like JSN's been really, really good, and Kenneth Walker's been equally as good. I'll say. And like, I don't know. I think the way to if he has like a real 153 touchdowns, 152 touchdowns, he could definitely win it. And the way it happens, I think that's the thing with running backs. Like if you have the game sealing touchdown and the go ahead touchdown,
it's all narrative based.
Yeah. It's easy to give it to the quarterback because the quarterback obviously is the most valuable player on the field at all time. But if Sam Darnold's struggling but y'all been running the ball well, Kenneth Walker could win. Or honestly, JSN could fucking win the
JSN could win it. Yeah. JSN, I mean, like JSN is
the easy answer is Sam Darnold though. Like I would say Sam Darnold. If you had to pick a defensive player, who would you say?
I would have said maybe Nick Ori, but the ankle thing got me a little so he might be limited. Honestly, I would probably say DeMarcus Lawrence. I think like there's a lot like strictly narrative based. One, he's our best pass rusher. Two, there was that viral shit that he said before the season of like, hey, I'm leaving the Cowboys because I can't win a Super Bowl there, and I know I can win one here. So like to get to the bowl and then win one after spending your entire career with the Cowboys, if he gets like a big sack on Drake May, forces a fumble on Drake May, I could very well see him winning it. I don't think Leonard Williams will make enough like splashy plays. I don't think a corner is gonna win it unless they get like 2-3 picks or some crazy shit like that. So for me, it's got to be a D lineman. Maybe Ernest Jones. Maybe Ernest Jones is a linebacker. But I'd probably say DeMarcus Lawrence. For me, my actual pick though is I want to say Sam Darnold because like for JSN is having an insane season. Like there's not many people, like the only receivers that have led the league in receiving and won the Super Bowl the same year is 2021 Cooper Kupp, Jerry Rice twice, and then like some receiver in the 70s. So like this is a crazy thing he could accomplish at 23.
That stat I said earlier with the scrimmage yards, I think the third person was Cooper Kupp. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember because I saw it and I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. But
no, 2021 Cooper Kupp is a crazy season. Like that's
insane.
It's an all-time year. So I don't know,
especially
like,
for a slot guy that's undersized. Like he
is. Yeah, like but the thing about what JSN is doing, and it's like Cooper Kupp did that at like what 28. Jerry Rice did it when he was like 26, 27. JSN is 23. Like this is a rare air that this boy is in. So I don't know. I would say Sam Darnold. I'm gonna say Sam Darnold. Because I also think that is a good narrative of like the ultimate comeback story. The seeing ghost game was against the Pats. So to come back and have to win the Super Bowl against them, like I do think that he has a good narrative to win it. If he throw for like
if the Patriots won, who do you think would be the Super Bowl MVP?
Drake May because of dick riding. It's gonna be Drake May. He didn't win the real MVP. So like, yeah, I think it would be Drake May. So he could get off the, I didn't win the regular season one, but this one is more important to me.
We don't care about that one. Yeah, we don't care about that regular season MVP. We just want to win championships.
Yeah. So I think it'd probably be Drake May. I think Stephon Diggs would be a fun one. Like if Diggs does win, like I would be cool. That's cool for him. I'm not gonna say I'll be happy for none of them because I would be too distraught to be happy. But like I think that like it would be a cool narrative for Diggs and Milton Williams to go back to back, right? Because he was on the Eagles last year, so he can go back to back. Vrabel would be like the first coach to win it with the team he won it on as a player. So like that would be a cool little narrative. But yeah, like I was thinking of this the other day. The only starting quarterbacks 30 or under that would have a Super Bowl would be Mahomes, Hurts, and Darnold, or Mahomes, Hurts, and May. So like that's crazy. Because the only other, yeah. Because Mahomes got 3 of them shits, Hurts got 1, and then either Darnold or May will have 1.
And the other one that has 1 is Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford. But he's 30. He just said he's coming back next year. So good luck. So I don't know. I think that'll be a fun narrative. For me though, I'm taking Seahawks by at least a touchdown. And hopefully this is the start of something special for us because I think we could be a good team for a very long time. The only free agents we really have are like Reek Woolen and Kobe Bryant and Ken Walker are like our 3 big ones. But like Reek, I don't know. We may or may not sign him. Kobe Bryant, there's no shot he comes back. Ken Walker, I also don't know what we're going to do with because like if he wins Super Bowl MVP, he's going to ask for a ridiculous amount of money as a running back. And like I don't know that we're going to want to pay him. Yeah, somebody's going to give it to him. So I don't know. We might be in a shitty position now that Sharps tore his ACL. So like we don't have a back next year if we don't sign like Ken Walker. Depending, we try and like switch him out with like Etienne or Brees, but like at that point, just fucking pay Ken Walker. So yeah, that's my Super Bowl picks. Any last Super Bowl thoughts, predictions from you?
Color of the Gatorade.
If we win, I think ours will be orange. I think we get an orange.
Well, I don't
if
think
the Pats win, I think it's purple. Oh, that's the same for both?
I don't know, but I'm saying like what color would you pick for like the Gatorade shower?
Purple.
I'm gonna go green. I'm gonna go green.
Oh, okay. I think purple. I think they throw it on Mike McDonald with 30 seconds left. Coin toss, tails. What you got for the coin toss?
Tails.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully it's a fun game. Hopefully, I mean, personally, I would like to see a blowout, but like that's just me. Like in the spirit of being a Seahawks fan, I want to see a blowout. For like a NFL fan, I guess I hope it's a good game, but I actually don't give a fuck about that. Sanity. I just want a blowout. Yeah, I want to be dirting these boys by 30 by the time the fourth quarter starts. I was looking back at that Eagle shit. It was like 28-0 before the Chiefs even scored. I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro, that shit was terrible.
He threw that dagger to Devonta Smith, and then it was over after that.
It was a pick. The pick 6 to Cooper DeJean was tough, and then the touchdown to Devonta was like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Damn,
but yeah, so that'll do it for this episode of Run It Up Pod. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Everywhere that we are, leave a 5-star rating and review. Hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. Go Seahawks. Have a litty day, a litty night, a litty life, and just like we do in every episode of this podcast, make sure y'all go run it up.